Hello Aquarius and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs looking at your connection to the person that you are dealing with and needing to learn the most from right now. We're looking at all three sides of it. We've got your energy toward it, their energy toward it, and the energy in between it. The concept being that there are three sides to every story. So looking at your version of the truth, their version of the truth, and this higher level unbiased truth in the middle. This middle section being what is the purpose of this connection and what is the best way to move forward to align further with your higher self. As always, I've gone ahead and pulled the overall energy for the reading and clarified those messages, but we will be diving into a different tarot deck for each side of the connection, as well as the advice deck that I have for the end of the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Last thing is that do remember these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, so take what resonates and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. These energies can be swapped, so if you end up resonating more with the energy to my right than to my left, that is totally fine and totally normal, and if you're a cross watcher, then vice versa. So do take the messages as they resonate. All right, Aquarius, let's jump in. On your side of this connection, you have transmute with the hangman in reverse. You know, that transmute energy is an energy of taking some not so good experiences and transmuting them into positive lessons or experiences. The vibe I'm getting from this so far is this is a connection that you already know maybe isn't the best for you, or you already know doesn't treat you like you deserve, but you're having a hard time fully letting go of it. And I feel like that's because there is still a little bit of transmutation that's needed to happen, and we will go over more of what that means when we dive into tarot, because you have the hangman in reverse on your side, and then we'll get to it in a second, but you have the Six of Swords in reverse in the middle, which is like another energy of kind of being stuck on this, not able to really move forward, or not, even if it's like not able to maybe get past a rough time in this connection too. That could be something. Like, it just feels like wherever you are at in this connection, even though you know that it's not where you want to be, you're having a hard time getting out of that. Now, this person, they have shift with the Four of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like this person is struggling. They could be going through financial struggles, and that's become a burden for you, or their financial struggles are like not necessarily like their financial struggles in particular have become a burden, but like their struggles have become a burden on the connection, because if they're stressed out, then they're stressing you out and things along those lines. I do feel like there's been a shift in this connection recently. Like, things went from maybe being really good to like not so good, or maybe there's something happened in their energy where they shifted from like being stable to not so stable, and then again it just kind of feels like that's been affecting you in the connection as well, and that's been the most difficult thing for you, Aquarius. Now, in between this connection, you have shadow with the Six of Swords in reverse. Remember that shadow energy is that unhealed aspect of yourself that has a tendency to become very triggered. I feel like you guys are in an energy right now of triggering each other's shadows. So each other's insecurities and fears are really coming to the forefront and creating some form of like chaos, or like butting heads or conflict or something in this connection. It's not to say that you can't move forward from this, but I do feel like the most important thing is if both people are going to be willing to work through it. And I don't necessarily know if that's the case, but we will see. We dive in. So let's start, Aquarius, with your side of this connection. This is Aquarius' side of the connection to the person they are dealing with and needing to learn the most from right now. This is for Aquarius' side of the connection. This is Aquarius' side of this connection. Aquarius' side of the connection. Oof, okay. There's a lot of overthinking going on your side of this connection, Aquarius. I feel like you're kind of feeling like a loss in this connection. This connection could have ended and you're feeling that loss, or you're missing what it was before the shift took place with this person. Like, you're missing how things used to be, something like that. I do feel like there's something behind the surface of like what's going on, like the circumstances in this connection that's needing to be brought to light. Hopefully we can do that in this reading, because this Judgment card is kind of that need to look beyond it's like look beyond the circumstances, look beyond what's going on, and kind of getting to the core reason of like core situation of like why. In my readings, what I really tried to bring forward is kind of that higher level perspective, but also like digging deeper into the subconscious. So kind of taking a look at how the energies are affecting each other almost on like a metaphysical level. And so that's, looking kind of beyond the circumstances and kind of figuring, okay, like why is this happening? Why do you feel this way? Why are these energies affecting each other? What insecurities are being triggered? Things of that nature. Because I do think that like if you want to attract the love that you're deserving of, the healing and understanding, connections is going to be the most important part. But I do feel like you're really in an energy of overthinking. Like even if you don't want to overthink, it just feels like this connection has been constantly on your mind. And I feel like it's been very frustrating for you. Like even if you want to get it off your mind, or if you want like some peace from it, like it's been hard for you to find that. Aquarius' side of the connection to the person they are dealing with. Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to come out. You do have a lot of love for this person, Aquarius. There's no doubt about that. But this is actually, I think, in reverse this way. No, it's not. It's this. Sorry, I'm going with how I feel here. And then the Hangman in reverse. And the Nine of Swords in reverse. Okay. Yeah, because there's that Temperance in reverse, which I saw come out with the Hangman in reverse when I was pulling the clarifying cards. So this connection right now at this time, it feels very one-sided. It feels like you're the one putting in the energy and the effort and trying to make this person feel loved and cared for. And it feels like you're not really receiving a whole lot of that back. That seems to really be the theme in a lot of my readings recently, is like that one-sided aspect of a connection. And I feel like with this reading in particular, it's important to look past like, okay, yes, this is one-sided and yes, I'm frustrated with that, but kind of figuring out like, okay, but why? Why is this a one-sided connection that I'm allowing into my life? Because I do feel like, yes, you have a lot of love for this person, but at the same time, I feel like you are trying your hardest to keep the peace in this connection, that you're almost like avoiding conflict altogether. So maybe not setting boundaries or standing up for what you need, because I do feel like there's a level of you like not wanting to upset this person. And maybe that's because they're in this state that they're currently in where they are a little bit more unstable. But I do feel like this is like holding back to keep the peace. And I feel like that has created a lot of internal conflict for you, because that's got to come out somewhere, right? And so maybe it's coming out in a lot of inconvenient ways. Like if we don't handle the way that we feel outwardly, it's going to come out in some way, shape, or form. But I do feel like you're holding on to the hope that things can get better. And I'm not saying that they can't. Like I said in the beginning, there's always reconciliation possible in any connection, as long as both people are willing to do what's necessary to get to that point. Because although, like, even if this is a connection that's together, I do feel space between these two energies. And I feel like things aren't what you want them to be right now. This is Aquarius' side of this connection. This is Aquarius' side of this connection to the person they are dealing with. Huh. Because there's that Six of Swords in reverse. So I do feel like you could have ended this. Or this is a connection that has ended. Or you feel like you should. It's like knowing, like if you're going to choose yourself, like you know that that's the best way to move forward here. But it's like, it just feels like you can't. Like with the Six of Swords in reverse, you're stuck. And maybe that's because you're hoping that things do get better. But yet I feel like the opposite keeps happening, because I do feel, Aquarius, like you've built up a little bit of resentment here. I feel like you've allowed, there's always that saying, it's like when a person in a connection is like asking for their needs to be met, that's not when someone should be worried, right? Like you shouldn't be worried if someone is trying to make it work. It's when they stop trying to make it work that the other person needs to kind of be like, oh, what's going on? Because I do feel, Aquarius, like maybe you've stopped, like you kind of, I don't want to say given up, because I don't feel like that's really in your nature, but it's like you've stopped trying to make this work as much as you once did. And maybe it's because it feels like every time you put in the effort, or you stood up for yourself, or you tried to talk about your problems, like you were always met with maybe like just them not seeing your perspective, or not even being open to your perspective, or defensiveness or something like that. And it feels like that has kept that it just, yeah, it feels like you're like, well, why even try? Now, it's not that you don't want things to work. I just feel like you feel like you've been spinning your wheels to try to do that, and this person just isn't. It's like they're not listening to you. That's what, or like even if they're listening to you, like they're not hearing you. And maybe they're not open to that. Or maybe, since this person is going through a tough time, you're kind of trying to just like have the empathy, keep your needs quiet and take care of this person, which is, I mean, that's very noble of you, but you want to make sure that you're not sacrificing what you need in this connection for too long, because that can turn into, that resentment can get, to a place where it will kind of sabotage not just the connection, but like your own mental and emotional well-being. Aquarius' side of the connection. Aquarius' side of the connection to the person they are dealing with. So you do have a lot of love for this person. I do feel that. I feel like you have a lot of love for them, but, and that's come out in a couple of ways. It's like, I feel like you see the potential of this person as someone who could very well be like a really good match for you. But I also feel like you've been disappointed by them so many times over. It's like you see what this could be, or you see what they could be, but they're not able to show up for you in that way, or they haven't, and you're kind of just stuck with this disappointment. Because like this connection is, it is very much what you want. You have the Nine of Cups here. Like it would be, if it came together in a healthy manner, it would be what you would consider emotional wish fulfillment. Like you want this to work. There's no doubt about that. But I also feel, Aquarius, like maybe you've experienced a lot of disappointment in connections that you've been in, that you've kind of just gotten to a point where you're like, well, this is just kind of how things go. Like you don't believe that anyone could ever provide you with what it is that you ultimately deserve, even though you deserve more. It's like you deserve more, but maybe you're like, well, is it possible to get what I deserve? Am I being too picky? Is this, is this as good as it gets for me, or something? Like, I don't know. It feels like, I don't want to say you're settling, because I do feel like this person has that potential, but I mean, yeah, it feels like you're kind of settling for what you've been receiving in this, because you do see what it could be. Again, that's been that one-sided aspect of these connections has been a huge theme recently. This is Aquarius' side of the connection to the person they are dealing with. Aquarius' side of this connection, please. Four of Wands, Page of Wands in reverse, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, ooh, and World in reverse. Okay. Okay. I feel like this person has become kind of like a form of a home for you, like a place where you can go at the end of the day, even if you don't live together, but like a place where you can go at the end of the day where you feel comfort. And maybe it mirrors like the kind of home you were used to as a child, or maybe even the kind of home you never really had as a child. Like you never feel like you felt like you had the love and support and care that you were needing. But the thing is, at the same time, this home feels very unstable. it feels like although it provides you with comfort, it doesn't feel safe. Like it could be like not knowing which version of the person you're going to come home to every day, like not knowing if they're going to be in a good mood or a bad mood, not knowing if they're going to do the things they say they will, like not knowing if they're going to be kind to you that day. I don't know. I take it as it resonates, but it feels like it's like, yes, this person is definitely has definitely become like a home for you, but it feels like that home is unstable. And I feel like it's their instability that's creating that. But maybe you're used to an unstable home. That could be something too. So to you, this just feels normal. And maybe that's what you're needing to see with the Judgment in reverse. Especially if like you grew up in a household where like your parents fought all the time, or, and this is just an example, but like they fought all the time, or there was always like chaos going on, and like your experience that in your current connection, it could be like you're like, well, this is just kind of how relationships go. I don't know. It's interesting how that's coming through. This is Aquarius' side of this connection to the person they are dealing with, please. Aquarius' side of the connection to the person they are dealing with. Okay, well, that took a swift turn. Queen of Swords with the Ten of Swords. I want more on this message, please. Clarifying this Queen of Swords with the Ten of Swords. Ooh, okay. You're dealing with feeling very betrayed by this person. Feeling very much like there could have been abandonment or like actual betrayal, or you feel like they didn't live up to their end of the deal, like something like that. And that's why like that home, like maybe this person used to be your home, but then there was that shift where it became unstable. Like it hasn't always been that way, but it became that way. And again, I don't mean like a physical location of a home, but like the way that the person makes you feel, whether or not you can go to them when you're having a hard day, or like just in general, that comfortable feeling that you get, right, around someone that you're comfortable with. But yeah, you're definitely feeling this Ten of Swords energy, feeling very, and you could be dealing with fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. You don't have to be. I don't even know if I've called them all out. That's just the first one that I've really seen. But yeah, you're definitely experiencing this Ten of Swords in this connection. Man, okay. Let's switch over to see this person's energy towards you, Aquarius. What is this person dealing with towards Aquarius? Feels like there could be some broken promises here. This person's energy toward Aquarius. This person's energy toward Aquarius. One more. This person's energy toward Aquarius, please. This is this person's energy toward Aquarius. I don't like the way that that came out. This person's energy toward Aquarius, please. One more. Okay, there we go. That feels better. Okay, this person's energy toward Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know about this person's energy toward them? Tower. Ooh. Okay. This person is a little bit controlling. And maybe that's why you stopped bringing up the things that bother you, is because you feel like they shut you down. This person is kind of going through a tower moment right now. I don't know if that's like directly related to the connection or not, though. I want to clarify this tower. Because this tower, I don't feel like this tower has to do much with you. Clarifying this tower for this person's energy toward Aquarius. Could have like lost their job, or I don't know, something. Yeah, something that's caused them to lose a lot of hope. And maybe it was this connection. Maybe you did walk away and that put them in this tower moment. Maybe you did stand up for yourself. Maybe you said, I've had enough here. And you walked away. But they're definitely going through a tower moment. I don't feel like for everyone it has to be directly involved with a connection. But either way, it's put them into this Four of Pentacles in reverse energy. Like they're not very, they don't feel stable, like at all. This person's energy toward Aquarius, I feel like shuffling again. This person's energy toward Aquarius. This person's energy toward Aquarius. Dang. Death, Queen of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. Okay, there could have been a third-party situation, but if there was, you already knew about it. Okay, hang on. Maybe that's what led to this betrayal, but third party can be anything. It doesn't just have to be a person. It can be a job that's put ahead of you, a addiction of some sort. Like it could be anything. Okay. I don't feel like they're very grounded right now, which we have with the instability. I feel like they're very focused on like rebuilding stability in some way. Rebuilding stability in some way. Rebuilding, maybe things came crashing down in some way, shape, or form, and they're having a hard time rebuilding it. Or they're having a hard time rebuilding it after this connection ended or something. Because they, like with the death here, like they see this connection as over. Which so do you. You have this death too. But I feel like both people are struggling to like let it go for good. This person's energy toward Aquarius. This person's energy toward Aquarius, please. There it is. The King of Cups in reverse or the Chariot in reverse. I don't feel... Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah. I don't feel like this person means to necessarily, but I do feel like they come across as a little bit emotionally maybe manipulative. And what I mean by they don't mean to be is I feel like this person, I mean, they have the Lovers in reverse. Like they struggle to see their own worth. They struggle to see what they're deserving of. And then on top of that, they had that Emperor in reverse energy, that controlling energy. It feels like when things get intense for them, and like remember, in the middle of this connection, you have both of you guys triggering each other's shadows. When things get intense for them, they turn to control. And that control can come through the form of manipulation. Now, I'm not saying that because that means that, oh, now you have empathy for this person and therefore you put up with it. No. But being able to understand where that's coming from might make it a little, like, make a little bit more sense as to where this, like, where they're, like, why they have this kind of treatment towards you. Because I don't necessarily feel this person is, has bad intentions. They could be a little bit selfish if they're like in survival mode and things like that. Especially if there was like a third party, like it might be really hard to have empathy in that sense, right? But if there was a third party of some sort and they did sabotage this connection, well, that's because they don't know how to accept love into their life, right? So that sabotage is their way of controlling the situation. It's kind of like leave before you get left kind of thing. If that resonates with you. This person's energy toward Aquarius. Eight of Pentacles. This is what I felt like. They're rebuilding. Like, but rebuilding what? Yeah, because there's the Four of Pentacles in reverse. It's like they're working on building up their stability. And I've seen this Queen of Pentacles a few times, but then you have the King of Cups. That could be, I think we've seen water, fire, air, and earth. So you could be dealing with any sign. But it just feels like they've been working on rebuilding this Four of Pentacles in reverse. Again, they could have like lost their job or been through financial hardship or had like a death of a loved one, like a close friend or family member or something like that. I don't know. It's really interesting how this is coming through, but then like you feel betrayed. And I don't know where that's coming from. Maybe you do. This is this person's energy toward Aquarius. This person's energy toward Aquarius. One more. This is this person's energy toward Aquarius, please. This person's energy toward Aquarius. Okay, I feel like I'm missing something. So here's the thing though. This Emperor in reverse, it's like this Four of Pentacles in reverse that happened, it's like it was their own fault. Their instability or the loss that they're going through or like the death of this connection or something, like it's their own fault. Their control led to this. Their manipulation or third party or like something like whatever happened in this connection. Not that I ever place blame on one person in a connection, because I think that, I mean, the whole reason I do these readings, right, is three sides to every story. But I do feel like the reason that maybe this fell apart, like, or they're dealing with this Four of Pentacles in reverse, is because of, it's like their own doing. And maybe that's why it's hard for you to have empathy, is because you're like, you did this to yourself. This person's energy toward Aquarius. But this feels like this could be very separate from the connection. Like this does, it could also be connection with the connection too. So again, just take it as it resonates. It just feels like it could go either way. This person's energy toward Aquarius. This person's energy to Aquarius. Person's energy toward Aquarius, please. Come on. This person's energy toward Aquarius. I mean, that's another energy of just not, like, this is like emotionally manipulative and like mentally manipulative. What? I don't know if they've been able to take accountability. I feel like they might, yeah. I feel like they're kind of struggling here with a victim mentality. In some way, shape, or form. And I feel like that's been very challenging for you because you're like, how can you be the victim? You're the one who put these 10 swords in my back. But there's a lot of good that can come from this because you have that transmute. So I feel like this 10 of swords can be transmuted into something positive. I kind of want to take this card so I remember that victim mentality. 5 of swords in reverse. Yeah, like they did this to themselves. In just a second, I'm going to hop on over to the extended, where I'm going to clarify the shadow with the 6 of swords in reverse, pull 9 different messages, and then I have an advice card to pull at the end. But really quick, I want to reiterate that announcement that I just can't seem to shut up about that summer workshop series that she's a friend, a confidant, a spiritual confidant at that, and she is very good at what she does. She is I think transformative life coach or something like that. I don't remember her exact title, but what I'm getting at is that she's putting on a workshop all about taking your power back from your circumstances, stepping fully into your power, and helping yourself create the life of your dreams. If you are, if you've been watching my readings for a while, then you know that is right up my alley. So when she told me about this, I was like, hell yeah, I'll be there. And also, I'm going to share this with as many people as I can because I do think that it can be very powerful to get a lot of people looking to do that in the same space at the same time. So if you have any interest in that whatsoever, just want to read some more information on it, I have linked the video where I actually made the announcement in the description box below, and then the actual information on it is in the description box of that video. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or her. Her contact information is in that description box, as well as myself's as well as mine. Otherwise, Aquarius, thank you so much as always for your support of my channel. I do hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. Bye, Aquarius.